Good evening, people. This is the Versatile Doctor, and welcome to this unique live stream. So, I'm so excited to bring this unique experience, unique engagement to you from TLB. As you know, TLB, the Digital City, is not just an online book club, it is not even a platform for artists of all disciplines. It is completely new and completely unique experience for everybody who is a part of the city and everybody, hopefully, who wants to join us in the future. The idea of review circle, this review circle, was created, uh, you know, to take buddy reading to a completely new level. Most authors are familiar with how Bookstagram works, right? Most authors know how Bookstagrammers, read books and provide their output, provide their criticisms and everything, and in form of a review. But how unique an experience would it be if instead of just having a two-step process, read and review, we include the author and make it a weeks long, entertainment, nothing other than an entertainment. So each bookstagrammer with their own streak of reviews and their styles and everything, they can discuss about the book as the weeks progress, and then the author is there with the group to take all the criticism, to take all the praise, and everything that comes in between. So, now, without further ado, let me stop explaining what review circle is. Let me just start showing you what we mean, right? So, this is one book, three bookstagrammers, one verdict. So, please welcome Sagar Paliwal, author of The Rise of Surya Pradesh, the first subject of TLB Review Circle. Joining our author are Anvi, the official bookstagrammer of TLB, the Digital City, and then we have Azmi and Tasneem Anjum, the other two lively reviewers. So, when the Rise of Surya Pradesh was selected as book for this review circle, the first review circle, I thought it was so apt that we had a debut author kicking off the introductory review circle. And so here we are talking about a piece of fiction with elements of fantasy, action, and romance. See the cover that just oozes with a flavor of heroism in the sword and sandal era. But I won't talk more about this book. Let me open the center stage. Let me give it up for Sagar to talk about his book and his experience with Review Circle. So, Sagar, tell us more about Review Circle, what you felt, and tell us more about your book, The Rise of Surya Pradesh.
Thanks, Abhinav, and I would like to thank all the reviewers and all the viewers who are watching live on YouTube. As Abhinav said, I am Sagar Paliwal, author of The Rise of Surya Pradesh, and since childhood, I like to read comics of Chacha Chaudhary. Then I like to read comics of Nagraj, Tiranga, and also the Bal Bhaskar was one of my favorite. Then I turned towards the reading novels. Okay, and then I didn't look back. Once I read my first fantasy book, or rather I would say epic fantasy book, the Shiva trilogy by Amish Tripathi. Then I didn't change my genre after that. I read more and more fantasy book, and by reading those books, this is the result you can see in The Rise of Surya Pradesh. It's my debut novel, and it's based on the fantasy only. So yeah, and apart from reading and writing, my hobbies are like playing chess and listening to music. So that's pretty much about myself and my writing journey. Now, coming back to about the rise of Surya Pradesh, so it's an epic tale of friendship, love, sacrifice, betrayal, and war with question mark. Question mark is very important here, because that is all secret about in the book. So, yeah, it's let me give the brief about to our readers or viewers that it's a story of a Kabila boy who is trying to free his father from a cruel Sardar's imprisonment, and that Sardar is running secret mission in 9 of the Kabila villages to select 10 candidates from each Kabila villages. And in one of the selection process, our main hero or our protagonist, Rudra's father, Govind, got selected. Okay, and he went to secret mission location with the Sardar. After few months, Rudra got to know that his father has been given life imprisonment at secret mission due to stealing some valuable thing from the secret mission. Okay. And now Rudra knows in his heart like his father can't be a thief. So he goes and fights against the Sardar to free his father. But some unexpected events started to happen when suddenly Sardar dies and Rudra becomes accused of killing the Sardar. So this is the turning point of the story. And after this incident, Rudra's life totally changes. Then, in some other part of the world which I have created, this is the unique world I have created of Gajdweep. So, in this, I hope you are able to see the map on the screen. So, here the Surya Pradesh was already on a verge of war with Jal Pradesh due to a land dispute when a dark and powerful enemy roses in the one Pradesh. Okay, due to the sudden death of Sardar. Now, when Surya Pradesh was surrounded by enemies at both the ends, a hero rises to save this world. So, will he choose a path of peace or the war is inevitable? So, this is the story is all about. So, you will find like adventures, friendship, love, everything in the story. So yeah, I am looking forward towards our reviewers and to hear their views on this book. And yeah, so
More than the
uh,
reviewers, whatever the reviewers say, it will be the final verdict. That is a that is going to come. But with your description, the description that you have just given us, it feels like a chilling tale. I mean, it there is a certain, Lord of the Rings vibe without the dragons and the magic, but it is a good thing. And
yeah.
I won't keep speaking because this is the review
Mhm.
circle, and it is about the Bookstagrammers. So first of all, please welcome Anvi. Anvi, please introduce yourself for the viewers and give us what you thought about this book. Give us your opinion, give us your criticism, everything.
Hello, bookworms. I'm Anvi, your resident bookstagrammer for the TLB Review Circle, and I'm buzzing after this incredible journey. I want to thank TLB and Author Sagar for giving me this amazing opportunity, and I hope we all have a fun time together. So let's begin. The Rise of Surya Pradesh, debut novel of Author Sagar, is not just a story, it's an experience where our Kabila boy Rudra embark on a whirlwind of adventure which will take which will leave all of us breathless. We also experience the true bliss of friendship and raw power of friendship when Rudra and Dhruv bond evolves, a true testament to the meaning of loyalty.
Is
I
that
was so intrigued
uh,
throughout my journey. Yes, sir.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was so intrigued throughout my reading journey. The theme of friendship struck me the most as I have experienced something similar in my own life. And the courage of Meera, which was so inspiring that it made me reflect on my own bravery. So be prepared to be swept away by a world teeming with vibrant cultures and breathtaking landscapes. It's the kind of book which will remain with you even after you will end this book, reminding you to stand against the wrong thing and to be with the right thing, even when the odds seem insurmountable. And if I'm being truly honest, I would like to say that there were some points where I felt like certain plot point can be more elaborated. Actually, I wanted to read more of it, but never mind. And also, I was getting a feeling like, you know, where you felt like you are a part of something bigger than yourself. So, this was the feeling I was getting while I was reading the novel. And this novel delves into the profound themes like sacrifice, duty, identity, and the choices that shapes our destiny. Thank you for
Thank you,
listening.
Anvi. That was amazing. And yes, what you said, the feeling of profoundness, the feeling of being into in a world which is bigger than yourself. That is what fantasy does. That is what this kind of writing, this genre is all about. But enough with my jabbering again. I pass the mic to the lovely Tasneem. Please introduce yourself and tell us about what you felt with this book. You are
I
on
hope
mute.
I'm audible right now. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes, you
yeah,
are.
we are waiting to hear from Tasneem.
Yeah, all right. So, hello everybody. I am Azmi. Um, hashtag writers literary. And I am 18 years old. I have been reviewing books for about 5 years and have been reading them for over a decade. Uh, this book was a lot for me. Like, I am really interested in movies like Bahubali and Magadira, and this book is like giving vibes of it. And as Anvi said, there were a few plot things that I didn't find. Um, the plot was amazing, and I am trying my best to not give out spoilers. And one of the best things I found in the book was the romance angle because I am a romance lover. Then, secondly, the best thing that I found in the book was how the author expresses the way the characters are being. Like, I have a whole story in my head while reading, I have a whole movie playing. There were a few loopholes that I found in the book as well, and the author was scared of me. I feel like even the review circle was very scared of me at times because I am
Uh,
full on energy at times.
yeah, yeah. That's fine.
So the book was very amazing. I found Mira's character, the female lead in the book, to be amazing. Rudra, on the other hand, showed a very amazing bravery again, and I'm trying my best to not give out spoilers again. So the best part was the romance again, and the war with the question mark. And I'll say to end what I was saying, this book is a must read for everybody watching this. If you are into mythology, if you are into fantasy, this book is actually for you. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Azmi. And yes, moving on to Tasneem. You have to unmute yourself. You forgot that. Yes.
Yes. Good evening to everyone who have taken out time and joined us. So today, as we heard that we are discussing the rise of Surya Pradesh. So, as somebody who is born just at the beginning of 2000s, we grew up with Sagar Productions, the production house, the epic shows of Hatim, Prithviraj Chauhan, all that. And this book, after so many times, this book truly gave out the vibes of this epic fantasy, which is also following young adult genre and also historical fiction. Like you can imagine later Vedic or ancient India kind of setting, and the way it is described, I truly, truly loved it. Like you can almost imagine how the place is there, how the setting, how the sun rises, how the forest sounds. You can see all of that, and you can always think yourself as one of the lead characters. So about myself, I'm Tasneem Manchum. I'm a book blogger from Odisha, and I was an artist on social media for about 3 years. And only this year I have joined book blogging. And this and joining the TLB has been a very different kind of experience, because when we read, I actually did not have a lot of experience of buddy reading because of my newness. But this book, we have like laughed, we have cried, we have cheered our main characters. The angle of friendship, the angle of romance was very strong, and I just wanted the book to just continue to what come up of the other characters, what the negative characters or the villains. I wanted to read more about them. What were their motives, their past, which made them do the things that they did. And about the main characters, we were rooting for them throughout the book. There were a lot of heartbreaking moments, there were a lot of victorious moments, and the friendship, the strategy in the battle, like it was so wonderful. So if you are someone who loves to read fantasy or historical fiction, or even want to give a new genre a chance, or even if you like uh, young adult, that kind of genre, then you should definitely pick up the book. And it also has a unique map and all the uh, descriptions of the places. You will be just lost into the book.
Thank you, Tasneem, and thank you all three of you for your lovely first opinions of this book. And while we were talking about the map, I think two times, and the author actually wanted to show the map. Let me just go ahead and show you what map we are talking about. Just hold on. So this map, the fantasy world that Sagar has created is called Gajdweep, right? Now, Gajdweep has several, several factions, several areas, several states, and there, the magic happens. And so, here is what Gajdweep looks like. Isn't this lovely? So there is a story behind what this the what the shape of this map, the shape of this island is like. But
Sorry to interrupt, but it's not visible. Is it visible
yes, it is visible to the viewers
to the
on YouTube.
YouTube? Okay, okay, okay.
So
Then fine.
yes,
We all
so
know about Gazdev.
yes. So there is a story. What I was saying, there is a story behind the shape of this map, this landmass that we are seeing right now. But we are not going to discuss that shape, that story here in this review circle, because many of you might know that Sagar was also the author of the week during one of the previous weeks in TLB, the Digital City, and we discussed a lot of it. So, if you are interested, if you are intrigued, if you are excited, and if you are curious about it, join TLB, the Digital City, and join the fun. Join everything that we stand for, join everything that we do, and you know enhance your love for books, enhance your love for the arts, for music, for painting, for graphic design, for everything. But enough about TLB, the Digital City. Let us move ahead and talk about a few of the review points. So this is basically a review circle, right? And the three bookstagrammers, the three extremely lovely bookstagrammers who have taken out time to give their love and to give their attention to this book, they give out a lot of inputs, right? in the room in TLB, the Digital Fit City, we have a review circle room. In that room, there was a lively discussion going on throughout the entire review circle time, and that I know is not visible to everybody else, which is why, let me repeat again, join TLB, the Digital City. But here is what I want to talk to you. I mean, Sagar and the Bookstagrammers. So, there is a question. Do you feel like the main character's goals and motivations are clear enough, and were they flushed out throughout the story in a consistent manner? This is the story. This is the question which the reviewers were asked, and one of the reviewers, answered. The main character's motivations were strong. Rudra, who wanted to rescue his falsely accused father; Meera, who wanted to compete for the rightful heirship to her kingdom; and Dhruva, who was a obedient student to the guru and dutiful son to his father. Even the negative character Dushyant. Dushyant is a common name. Where have I heard Dushyant before?
Dushyant and Shakuntala.
Oh, yeah. Yes, right. So Dushyant, who also always tried to usurp the throne of Jal Pradesh by hook or crook, even their characters, even his character was well fleshed out. So, question open to the Bookstagrammers. We'll go one by one. What is the most unique feature you liked in the character of Meera? So, for those who don't know the story by heart, know that there are three main characters in the story. One, the protagonist is Rudra. Then there is his friend Dhruva, and there is Meera. Now, again, Anvi, you are first. Tell me about your thought and your experience with the character of Meera.
I liked how she's courageous and her unwavering intelligence, which is really inspiring, and her strength too. Like, she's so courageous. Her character is courageous as well as you know, she's a really good character.
So, courage. That is the takeaway point from Meera's character. Tasneem, what do you think about Meera's character?
in the in the introduction of Mira, we see her doing some really brave things that the female of that time period were not doing, like fighting. And you will just read that throughout the book, she has a quality of leadership, because of which her character has a lot of depth. And also, she is very kind, she is level headed, she is obedient, but she knows when to take her own stand and think of the better good, like what will be the better of the whole kingdom. Like, she has a very strong leadership character, which I really admired.
So, level-headed woman and who has the thoughts for the kingdom, the thought for the greater good. Again, good. Now, to Azmi, what is your experience with the character of Meera?
At some part of the book, there was failure in front of Meera, and she didn't let that get to her. Her resilience and her intelligence in that particular part was admirable, and the way she didn't let anything pull her down, and she found a way to get out of the bad situation, that was very, very commendable. I love
So,
that about her.
yeah, so when you fall, you get back up. Again, that is a great character, great quality to have in one of your main characters. Uh, Back to Sagar. Tell me how you thought about creating a character of Meera when you were thinking about writing this book in a period piece when there is a at that time, in reality, if it was really a historic thing, the women at that time were not at the forefront of anything, leave alone battles and fighting and even ruling. But you thought of making a character like this. Tell us what triggered the character of Mira.
Okay. So while writing, I only focused on the main story and our main character, Rudra, keeping one thing in mind, that I don't want to make my female character as Abla Nari, which we see always see the helpless woman, okay, in our even if we talk about our great Indian epics, there also we see the woman as shown as Abla Nari or helpless woman, like the character of even the Sita Ma, we show like she is in the a prisoner, kind of prisoner at Ravan side in Ashok Vatika. And so like I wanted to change that kind of image, because we have a Durga Ma as well, right, in the religion. Also we have Lakshmi Bai, Rani Durgavati, those fought in the battlefield, okay, and done a great shows a great bravery in the battlefield. So yeah, so keeping that thing into mind, I was writing the character of Meera and following the main story, and carving the character of Meera, keeping all those things in the mind.
Great. So, drawing inspiration from the mythology, our deities, and also the historical figures of Rani Lakshmibai. So, you have made a great, character. And now I'll pause here and take one of the comments from our YouTube chat. So, there is Akshat Mittal, AK, who says, "Should we buy the book if one is a mystery lover?" Wait, don't answer. I'll ask Azmi to answer this question. Should anyone buy this book if one is a mystery lover?
Till the end of the book, I was very hooked because the author gave out so much, yet didn't give out everything. So that mystery effect is there. So if you are someone who likes mystery or who is like loves torturing themselves, that I know I want to know the story, but the story is so big. Like me, I was reading the book at till 3 a.m. So if you're someone like me, you should totally buy the book.
Great. So, Akshat, I think you got your answer. But you also go ahead and say that the map you showed was really tempting, as is forcing me to buy this book. So, Sagar, your map has actually made someone think about buying your book, and which is what this entire show, this entire review circle is all about, to
Yes.
get more people to like your book and also to understand what this book is all about. Now, there we are back to the feedback that is given by our Bookstagrammers, and I'm going to read out their individual most liked quotes from the book. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. So, what was your absolute most favorite line from the book? That is the question that was given to these bookstagrammers. And one of them said, "It is hard to prepare for a war, harder to fight one, and hardest to face the aftermath of it." That is a genuinely good quote, and actually it is true. Another person has said, another bookstagrammer has said, "Friendship is not about sharing the happy moments. It is about standing by your friends in need." Again, a good quote. I would surely stand by this quote, but I think the first one was better. The harder to fight a war and hardest to face the aftermath. That is a better quote. And okay, there is someone out of these three who is a romance lover. So their favorite quote was, "I won't let anything happen to you until I am alive." Uh, this is cheesy. Of course, I am not the one reviewing this, but I think this is cheesy. Anyway, so we are going to move forward. There are a lot of comments also coming in. So Madhvi Madhvi Jivani says that that's one of my favorite ones too. About this quote. And okay, so let's go into the negatives. Let's go into something which no author is comfortable having. Yes, we are going to discuss the typos. So, uh, it's not good to publicly say these things, but let's go read. So, with your permission, Sagar, we are moving forward. There are a few places which I also have noticed, even though I have not read your book fully, but in many places your quotation marks are actually inverted. This should be the quotation mark, but it is actually opposite one. So this is one thing that I have noted, and one of the bookstagrammers have also noted. And yes, you have also received few of the typos and errors from bookstagrammers, personally. That is a good thing. Now, uh, okay, there is one demand. Please give us some more insight on the main character's life after the war. Like it seems like something. Okay, yes, as me said that. So it seems like something people are asking for an epilogue, right? Tell us about this epilogue that might be, that might make your book even more harder to put down. What happened after the war? So of course now we know that there was the war. There is no question mark right now.
Yeah. Yes. So like I can't give away more because the story
Spoilers.
is still yeah, still brewing in my mind. Yeah, but after the war, uh, I have given some clues, okay, of what is going to happen, okay, after maybe in the next sequel if I am going to write, okay. So like there is some point where I mentioned about some secrets of one Pradesh. So there might be some secrets coming in your way, which will reveal many things about one Pradesh. So you might be going to explore more about one Pradesh because current read only we focus on Surya Pradesh and Jal Pradesh, not one Pradesh. And then you might have a glimpse of Tam Pradesh as well, because they are also, I haven't mentioned many things about Tam Pradesh. So yeah, there are many story remaining, you can say. So the book is complete in itself, but there are some open ends which I can extend. So yeah, that is I can't really give away much about it
No, no, no. No
because
one is asking
I
you
haven't.
to give us the story. And
Yeah.
I have put the map again in the screen. So
Mhm.
what
Yeah.
we are talking about is Surya Pradesh. We have Jal Pradesh, Van Pradesh, and Tam Pradesh. And there is one other
Tam
question.
Pradesh.
What is the deal with Tam Pradesh? Is Tam Pradesh
Tam
named after
Tam Pradesh.
King Tamas, or is King Tamas named Tamas because he's the king of Tam Pradesh?
It's Tam Pradesh, first of all.
Okay, okay, Tam Pradesh.
Yeah. So, Tam means darkness. If we talk about the meaning of Tam means darkness, and Tamas means who is ruling the darkness. So that's why I have given name Tamas. So yeah, and like if you see the name of places and the name of characters, you will feel like get in touch. You are getting in touch with the Indian culture, like all the names like Jal Pradesh, Surya Pradesh, Van Pradesh, Tam Pradesh, even the characters name like Rudra, Dhruv, Meera. Uh, Also in book, I have used many Hindi words, like as I mentioned in the review circle group as well, but I am again repeating it in front of our audience that like while I was writing, I had used Your Highness, okay, and when I have written the full scene, and when I was rereading that scene, I didn't feel like connected to the story. Like I didn't feel like it is written by an Indian author or it is reflecting our ancient Indian culture. So I changed it to Maharaj. Okay, and now the Bookstagrammers can tell the effect it made to the book, like changing the Your Highness to like Maharaj. Then I used some places I used Mahamantri as well. So many Hindi words I have used. Nagada I have used. Uh, so yeah, instead of trumpets or other English words.
So basically, what I just saw showed you,
Hmm.
Maharaj is not a completely Hindi word, so to speak. So you are all good. Even like Maharaj, Maharani, Raja, Rani, these things
Yeah,
have been so commonly used both in literature and actually real life, that
correct.
these are now inside our Oxford dictionaries and Merriam-Webster dictionaries. So these
Yeah,
are all good. So we don't even think about these words as Hindi or English. These are just, just words. But of course,
correct.
Tasneem, tell us, what did you think? Would Her Highness or Your Highness have been better than Maharani, or do you prefer Maharani, Maharaja, and everything?
To be honest, I connected more to the story, as a lot of these our common words of Hindi words, like when it was included in the story, I felt more connected, and there was this feeling of nostalgia, which, like I said, in our early 2000 kids, they grew up watching this kind of TV shows, so it was a really nostalgic experience for me, as I, while reading that time of I can recall that many of the TV shows, they got depressed because the people of their time, the way they dressed, the food they eat, the weapons they used. So the use of these Hindi words to address people of authority, I think that this made more sense. Like when we call a Sardar, that means a tribal leader, but the use of word Sardar, it brought back that old vibe kind of to the book, and it is more rare, I would say. Like I haven't read a lot of book that use these words that we are most connected with, and that is one of the beauty of the book, I would say.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And the overall language of the book is English, and it doesn't matter whether you use a few words of another language in the middle, because it is very very common. Now, moving on, there is one more question that I want, one more response from the Bookstagrammers that I want to discuss. There is, overall, the dialogues are pretty suitable to every character. Only in certain instances, I felt the dialogues of King Prachet and King Tamas could have carried more weight to the strong characters. So this is a feedback for you, Sagar. You no need to say anything about this, but take this as a feedback that these things are being noticed. Your readers actually notice it. So all the authors out there who are watching us, you review is not about just star ratings. Review is like your lesson. It is like something you take in and get better in writing, better in connecting with your readers, better in producing something which is more art than just a mere book. But yes, so is there any plot hole inside your book? So of course, Azmi would say, I think the love story was not expressed well. Uh, ठीक है, that is not a plot hole, but all good. So uh, there's a bonding between two characters, Rakshak and Pratap. Their bonding is something that was probably not well explained, and that is why it is not that good part of your book. Again, now going back to Sagar, you have to tell us which is, according to you, the weakest part of your book. I mean, your book is now published, and it has been one year. It has been 1 year, right? Yeah. First of all, congratulations on your
Yeah,
book anniversary. So
thank you.
your book has been published, and it has been 1 year. If you had to go back in time and re-release your book, what is the one thing in your book that you would like to change?
Mira's eye color.
So,
Because this is the review I got
so
from
Tasneem,
Tasneem, I
Tasneem,
guess.
you have to tell. You have to tell what is the story behind Mira's eye color.
Yeah,
So, in the introduction of Meera, as we move ahead, the situation that is in Jal Pradesh, because she belongs to Jal Pradesh at that time. So, her eyes were described as green, and overall, she is a very beautiful girl, but she didn't care about her beauty that much. Like it did not go into her mind. She was just the way she is, born into royalty, but she was, like I said, very level headed. And in the later chapter also, her eyes were described green. But the most important chapter, in which our main characters meet in rather very dramatic way, her eyes were described as brown, like big brown eyes. And I was like, if it was green as a leaf or whatever, that would have made more sense.
yeah,
Yeah, great, great, great. So, so the viewers
great.
out there, do keep a note of this. You will find some eye color changing in the
Yeah.
book. So anyway, we have Diksha. We have Diksha Kitan who is saying the author is so thoughtful while naming the kingdoms. That is good. And Ankita says this session is way more beautiful than I expected. Why did you expect less? Of course, it is going to be beautiful, right? A clap of hands for all of us. So, this is more engaging. Okay, Diksha's phone is about to die, and she won't. She doesn't want to leave this session, but she has to leave. Okay, no problem. Put on charging, of course. People can put their phone on charge and still watch the video, right? Uh, okay. There is a question. Vidushi Gupta, I think comments are enough to let me go for this read. Okay, so Vidushi is actually reading the comments on our YouTube section, YouTube comment section, and she says that the comments are enough to let her go for this read. But out of curiosity, I want to ask: can I get a author copy in any way possible? Uh, no, no. For that, you have to ask the author himself,
Yeah.
but ask it in the main room. In any case, why do you want review copy? I mean, author copy. Buy it. Give some credit to the author. The author has worked for years and months and has produced something so beautiful. Buy it and support him, right? So now moving on to the last bit of our interaction. I asked Sagar, which was the one thing he wanted to say, wanted to change, if you had an option to re-release his book. Now, I'm going to Anvi. Tell us the one thing you did not like, you absolutely did not like in this book.
There was nothing that I didn't like at all.
This is kind of the biggest compliment,
That is,
guys. Yeah, yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah. I agree.
Okay. So, Tasneem, same question.
I would, there's nothing that I did not like, because the things that were included, it actually added a lot of value to the story itself, the impact it had. So I would not have anything changed. But the thing is, there is a time period of Gurukul that we see in the book, and it is rather short, not too long. Like in the olden days, when people went to Gurukul, they lived the entire brahmacharya life for about 12 years or so. But since the story is very fast paced, and like Azmi, you are bound to wake up till 3 a.m. to finish reading it. And even I also woke up till so late night to finish it. So the Gurukul is not that much long of a duration, but I would have loved to see more of it. like how the friendship, it actually, the friendship between Rudra and Dhruv was very beautiful, I would say, but I would have loved to see more of that in the Gurukul setting itself.
Great feedback, great feedback. And now, Azmi, your turn. What is the one thing you absolutely did not like in this book?
In the starting of the book, I personally have something against the few chapters in the starting of the book. I kind of didn't enjoy them as much as I did the rest of the book. So there was this particular phase that I hated. Like I hated that. It was of the age that I hated. Absolutely hated. That ruined the vibe of the chapter for me, and I like didn't wanted to continue reading it, but then I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance because of Meera, because of Rudra, and because of his mother. So I continued, and then I liked the story after that. That's it.
Isn't it some amazing, like the kind of feedback you're getting? Of course. Now, the last question to Sagar of this session. This book can be described as a fantasy. It can be described as just fiction or a fantasy romance or sword and sandal romance, sword and sandal adventure, action adventure. In your own words, in your own thoughts, when you finished writing your book, what is the one genre you thought your book should be placed in?
Definitely epic fantasy.
Oh, epic fantasy. No, no, this is not a simple fantasy, but guys, this is epic fantasy. So be keep this in mind, right?
Yeah.
And Diksha is back with her laptop, and Bhuvan Bhaskar is saying that I'm going to buy the book. That is good. Then Roshni also chimes in and says, I will buy the books surely. Sonia says the reviews given by them are pretty interesting. Aren't the reviewers also interesting? Yes, the reviewers are also interesting. Now, the last thing, the verdict, right? So before I tell the verdict, yes, fingers crossed. So before I tell the verdict, let me just give a brief of how we reached the verdict. So each bookstagrammer, Anvi, Tasneem, and Azmi, they are independent, reviewers and experienced readers and critics on their own. But as we saw, there are each person sees a book differently. So we gave them 11 questions. Forget about 11. We gave them 10 questions. 10 questions for rating. For example, how vivid was the word picture? How easy did you find to imagine the scenery while reading? And the bookstagrammers were asked to rate the book from 1 to 5. Similarly, there is another question, what is your opinion on the lack of romance and steam in the book? Again, rating from 1 to 5. So there were 10 questions like this, and I have taken the average of all the three ratings on all the 10 questions. So overall 30 ratings of different aspects of the book. And what does the average come to? The average will, by the way, the average will be the official TLB, the Digital City review rating of this book. So what is this? Any guesses? Yeah, it has to be between 1 and 5. So guesses? No guesses? Okay. So ठीक है. The average is 4.3. So congratulations, Sagar. This
Oh,
book is absolutely amazing to get a debut author, a debut book, getting a review from 3 bookstagrammers and getting a rating of 10 parameters, an objective rating of 10 parameters. 4.3 is amazing. 4.3 out of 5, of course.
yeah,
4.3 out of 5 is amazing. Uh, Madhvi
truly
Jivani
amazing.
has actually given a late guess. The guess is already over. ठीक है, she guessed 3 star. Of course, this is not 3 star. This is always something this complex, something this beautiful. is always going to be 4 or higher. And you are The Rise of Surya Pradesh is rated 4.3 stars by TLB The Digital City Review Circle Part 1. So, a big round of applause for Sagar. And before we go and before we close, quickly let us move around the table and have some closing remarks. Anvi, closing remarks.
Yes, sir, what are you saying?
That is a good closing remark. That's all for you. So Tasneem, closing remarks.
I really want a sequel now, or even a prequel, whatever. But I want more from this world.
Yeah, of course, a sequel is coming, right? Okay,
Yes, yes.
Azmi, your closing remarks.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to read your book and be a part of TLB. I love this whole session a lot.
And before I give my closing remarks, I'll read a few comments. Uh, Diksha is saying, wait, Diksha is saying, I'm collecting points to buy this book. What do you mean by points? In TLB, the digital city, whatever you do, there are competitions, there are places you can win points, and those points, each point is worth 10 rupees, and those points can be used to go into TLB Bookshop. What is the TLB Bookshop? TLB Bookshop is the repository of all the books written by all the authors in TLB, and you can buy that from those points. You don't have to purchase. So, all the best, Diksha. Hopefully, you will accrue enough points very soon. Then we have Vidushi asking, will you be writing the second part of this too? Of course, this has already been answered, right? Yes, this. Okay, I have a question about the sequel. What in your mind? What is the cover of your sequel going to be? I'm not talking about the not the title, but the cover. How is it going to look?
So in the similar theme, in the shadow kind of theme, currently I can reveal that much only. So it will follow the similar same theme, and a bit of green you are going to see in that cover. So like in this cover, it was like some orange look, and now in next a bit of green you are going to see.
Yeah, this book is
So
absolutely sunrise. The
yeah,
yellow and the orange sunrise over a hill. That is what you
yes,
see in this in this cover, and I'm so
and this
excited to see the
yeah.
green theme that you are going to use in the coming book, the
Now,
sequel.
now, any guesses on the title
uh,
with the green?
Azmi, guess it.
I guess it would be the rise of one Pradesh or something like that.
Little bit close, I would say.
Okay, okay. Now we can go with Planet of the Apes type of thing, right? The rise of Surya Pradesh, then the dawn of Surya Pradesh, then the
Yeah.
war for Surya Pradesh. That is a good
No.
thing. No, the war has already. And I mean, that was a
Yeah.
battle. There's not the
Yes.
war.
Yes.
Okay. More comments. Clap, clap, clap for all three Bookstagrammers, author as well as moderator. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We enjoyed the session as well as the review circle of TLB. We all loved the whole review circle. Okay, the way all three showed the book. Ah, yes. Green Diksha says green Pratap of. I did not understand this question. So Diksha says, God, that was lame. What was lame? Anyway, so we are going to close this review circle meet very soon, and I want to thank each and every one of you who has tuned in at 9 o'clock in the evening, in this Friday evening. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope you have enjoyed this evening, enjoyed this almost 1 hour long session to the fullest extent that we have tried to make it enjoyable. And this is what TLB, the Digital City, is all about. We are going to make everything connected to books, everything connected to the painting, everything connected to the graphic design, everything as enjoyable as possible. So come and join us. Of course, this review circle cannot be closed without revealing that we are going to start another review circle right next week, right? So the next book which is selected for review circle season 2 is by the author Sonali Raje. She is the author of the Empress of Indraprastha series. She has already, it is a planned series for 5 novels. She has already released 3. I have read all 3, by the way. But with closing of this review circle, we also welcome Sonali in the new review circle. Of course, now before we end, before we say good night, over to you, Sagar.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed in this review circle. And like the efforts, the energy you put in, all the 3 bookstagrammers, like staying up in night and reading the book and giving update in the middle of night. I used to read many messages in the WhatsApp chat, like more than 15-20 messages, reviews about each and every chapter. So yeah, I would really like to thank all 3 of you. And again, I would like to thank Atul. Okay, Abhinav. The full name Abhinav Atul. So yeah, for moderating it and like giving your guidance, arranging this call, and bringing all together to make it more entertaining and like a lively session. And yeah, I am definitely looking forward for next review circle call as well. And like I will follow each and every review circle call now onwards, because this was the first one and I think it is a very successful one. Nobody would say that this is our first review circle call. It was like a well organized one. And yeah, I would like to thank TLB Digital City as well. And of course, how can we forget our founder, Sharat Kumar? I would like to thank him as well for founding this beautiful digital city. So yeah, that's it. Uh, and all the viewers, whoever are going to read my book, whoever are going to support me after purchasing the book. So I would like to hear your reviews as well. Whenever you finish reading it, you can reach out to my on my Instagram to give me your review. Yeah, thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you,
all.
Sagar. And thank you, all 3 of you, Anvi, Azmi, and Tasneem. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your efforts. And thank you for engaging. That is the most important thing. And a special mention to Sagar, because it does take a complete discipline over yourself and complete different level of self realization to be standing in the midst of criticism and reviewing. Sagar has taken the entire review circle to the next level by his always positive attitude. So yes, thank you to TLB, the digital city. Thank you to the Bookstagrammers. But most importantly, thank you, Sagar, for allowing us to have your book in this review circle. And thank you everyone, thank you who have joined us, and thank you in advance to those people who will be watching this video rerun later in on YouTube. And we will, of course, we will post some of the clips on Instagram if possible. But thank you everyone for joining. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you everyone for joining. Okay, I repeated the same thing 3 times. And have a good night, have a good weekend. See you in the next time. Thank you. Bye bye. Signing off.
Thank you all. Bye.
Yes, we have. So it was a good session. It was great. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
I
you.
got so nervous.
No,
I'm so sorry for messing up.
No, no, no issues.
nothing to be nervous about. The session was great, and all three of you were great. And our live on both YouTubes uh, ending. So we had 59 minutes